Hey guys. So on Tuesday, Bernie Sanders won Oregon by about 12% last time I checked. It was at 96% reporting, and he pretty much tied Hillary, um, just barely within Cenk Uygur's margin of error. So I think he said that was about point 0.5. Yeah, it was point 0.5. I remember him saying it. Um, so Hillary's got 46.8 there, and Bernie's got 46.3. So it's a tie. So does that hurt Bernie or does it help him? I think it overall helps him because, like he said, in 2008, Hillary won by 35. She won by a hair this time, possibly even by hacking polling stations. That says something. That she's weak. In two close primaries where she only won by a hair and lost another one by 12. Yikes. Breaking the pattern there a little bit. That's how I feel about it. So I don't think this hurts Bernie at all. It's not a bad night for him. If you only lose a state that your opponent won handily by 35 last time, if you only lose that state by a hair when you've won the other two states in surprise victories, or at least Indiana was, and West Virginia was somewhat convincing, 15. Then you've got momentum, late momentum, and that can really help you, even in dire times. Because even in dire situations like this, when we're running out of time, and Bernie really needs to win a lot. It's not as do or die for him as some people are saying. He can, based on what we've seen in California, he can win that state in a landslide, and he needs that. He can get a landslide victory, but yeah, he also needs it. But thankfully, most of the states ahead look good for him. New Jersey, maybe not. Hillary's likely going to win that, I think. Although, in the last poll, her lead went down from 28 to 14, so who knows? I think New Mexico is also the only closed primary, fully closed primary, not just semi-closed or anything. But Montana is open. The Dakotas, I think, semi-open, semi-closed. So California is semi-closed. So that means you have to register as Democrat or no party preference. Don't register as independent. They're gonna try and trick you. They're gonna try and trick you on that. Don't do it. Register as a Democrat or no party preference if you're a registered California citizen, and I guess just we'll see how the next 2 weeks turn out. But do not wait to vote. Once you register, vote early. Don't wait for those June 7th ballots because Bernie Sanders has been reported to not be on those ballots. Classic Clinton trickery there. Yeah, he's not on those ballots, and you need to vote early. And I think it was do like Oregon, you mail it in. You go to your voter registration office and vote for Bernie there. California, if there's rigging there, which there likely is gonna be. Can you believe the chaos that's going to emerge? Yeah, chaos. Obviously. Ay, 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 ay. Yeah, so if California is rigged and lets us down, and they try and think that their establishment candidate is going to defeat Donald Trump, oh, they're done either way. They want to tote their guns and say that they're better than you, and Hillary Clinton is the only establishment candidate in the race now. So they're basically screwing themselves over even worse by giving us President Donald Trump rather than President Bernie Sanders. I just don't see how Hillary can pull an easy victory out of this. If Hillary continues to screw over Bernie voters, then she will not get their vote. She's already not going to get the Bernie votes of people she's already screwed over. You don't screw over people and then expect for them to vote for you. They're not your corporate tools for you to use in a general election or for anything. So for Hillary to think, well, look, I got these guys, my idiotic corporate tools who I'm going to screw over and take over their minds and force them to vote for me in the general election. That's a very dumb decision, and it's sad because Hillary started off her second campaign as a very strong and sophisticated candidate, ready to battle on the issues. And yet information comes out on her, and oh yeah, she uses sleazy campaign tactics. Hillary, if you get the nomination, there's only going to be chaos, and you think the young generation is going to pay attention to you and look up to you and respect you as a president? They're not. They're going to turn a blind eye to you. They don't care about you. Just get out of the way. Like Vice President Joe Biden said at the 2012 presidential debate with the current House Speaker. Surprised they didn't have a third debate at the State of the Union. But anyway, Hillary, just stay out of it. Get out of the way of the voters and let the Bernie versus Trump battle begin. Because all you're doing is getting in the way of things. Drop out, Hillary. Oh, by the way, I just remembered something. That CNN headline, I think it was CNN, but it made me laugh. But I think this is what they said, that protesters were throwing money at her like she was a prostitute. Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh, I wanted to explode so much every time I saw that. I thought, I'm like, this is a news organization? Oh, man. Well, they're 50-50, be fair. They do sometimes tell the truth. And not everybody at these mainstream media stations is bad. Even though I think Rachel Maddow might be not necessarily being a bad person, but being told what to do by the people at MSNBC, because she once told Hillary off and defended Bernie, which mainstream media can't have. I don't hate Rachel Maddow. I think she's being manipulated and told what to do, and she's under strict rules to do what they want, and if she defends Bernie one more time, she's going to be fired. So, yeah, she's saying this stuff, but I don't think she believes it. I don't hate her. I don't like the stuff she's saying, don't get me wrong. I mean, lately. But I don't hate her. I think she's being manipulated. I think she's still one of the saner voices on TV. And you also have Chris Hayes and I'm trying to think of the one guy from Fox News. I think it's Chris Wallace. I think is his name, Chris Wallace. He's not so bad either. I mean, yeah, he works for Fox News, does what they tell him. But he's not so bad. There are some people there who aren't bad, but yeah, they're trying to get you to think that, well, it's it for Bernie. Let's move on to the general election. That's why Hillary's got a double battle with Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump. If we're so past the primaries and we've already nominated our candidates, why is there a race on the Democratic side still? Yeah, the Republican side, Donald Trump is the nominee. Okay. On the Democratic side, there's still a race. And I honestly think California will come through for Bernie in a huge landslide victory that he will easily get if we all go out to vote. Or, we vote early. Don't wait till June 7th to vote on time, because those ballots that we'll get on that day will not have Bernie on them. There are reports of that. Make sure that when you vote, Bernie Sanders is on the ballot and you're allowed to vote for him. Contact the Sanders campaign. Make sure your vote counts. They will make sure your vote counts. They will pay strict, close attention to California, I bet you. They got to pay close attention to those states, or the June 7th states, especially California. They don't pay attention and secure the voters' votes, then, yeah, they're done. As much as I like Bernie Sanders, when it comes to fighting back and contesting results, he's a pussy. He needs to be, really strong like Alan Grayson, maybe Tim Canova, and push back. He's being a pussy. I get the fact that you don't want to end up on Hillary Clinton's hit list, Bernie, but you need to fight back. Just push back. And like you do in the debates, you push back when Hillary tries to slime you. It's because older people are going to see what she's doing, and I get it, but don't just do it at the debates, which is awesome. I love those debates, especially the Univision debate. Man, you kicked Hillary's ass in that debate. But let them know you're there to fight for them, not just for your policies, which is awesome. I love the things you talk about, and it's amazing how far you've gotten and how you could actually still win this. Let them know you're there to fight, and that you're not going to take any of Hillary's BS, not just when it's convenient to talk about it. Just let them know, guys, I'm here for you. I'm not doing any of that BS that the Clinton campaign's doing. I'm not under investigation by the FBI. You've mentioned that. That's, to be fair. I don't think of African Americans as super predators at all. I've only fought for African American rights. I stood chained to a black woman walking with Martin Luther King Jr. She campaigned for Harry Goldwater. Call her out on this BS, man. And, cite the very credible resources to prove it. That way, everybody will be on your side. Well, not everybody, but the majority will be on your side. Come on, Bernie. Campaign hard in these next 6 states, especially California. And New Jersey, because they've got 126 delegates, I think. Yeah, second most important state. But the most important state is California. Campaign like a motherfucker there. And guys, let's work hard like motherfuckers. Bernie needs us, guys. Let's help him do very well on June 7th. And especially win California by a landslide. Come on, California. We need you. And all you Bernie supporters, we need you too. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. And to all my fellow Bernie supporters, I say once again, feel the burn. Thanks.